everyone to the Y channel. It's yet another day with a new Apple product. First time since 2022 we have a brand new iPad Pro. This is one of the M series iPad Pro, and I'm right now going to review the 11-inch iPad Pro because I'm a fan of 11-inch, because 13-inch is definitely quite a big size to hold or to use it. Instead, I would prefer using a laptop because anyway you're gonna have a magic keyboard attached to a 13-inch, which is precisely like a big giant iPad with a keyboard, but not usable as a laptop, right? So that's why I don't prefer 13-inch. So my preference is always 11-inch iPad size. So that's why I chose this 11-inch. So without further delay, let's unbox this 11-inch iPad Pro. I got the 256 gig 11-inch iPad Pro with the M4 chip, and this is just a Wi-Fi version, and I'm gonna first test this basic model and see how it performance. I know this is definitely a big bump in the feature, both in the hardware and also a little bit of a change in the outlook, because they now moved the camera to the center, so now we can use this in a horizontal or landscape mode, right? Okay, so let's get started with the unwrapping and unboxing iPad Pro. So I also have the Apple Pencil. It is called a Pencil Pro. I know these days Apple tend to use the Pro word for every other device, but this is the first time they say it is a Pencil Pro. So they also have the regular pencil, and I also have my previous 11-inch model, so we're gonna compare. And this is my Magic Keyboard for 11-inch Pro. Sorry, yes, it's 11-inch iPad, right? Okay, let's get started. I always like unpacking the Apple one. It's so easy, and I like the packaging of iPad or any Apple product in that way. Okay, let's get started. There you go. This is the 11-inch iPad Pro. I chose the silver model because the silver color is one of the best color that you can always choose, and I really like it. And let's see what you have in this package. I heard that there is no sticker this time, so this is just a intro. And yep, a lot of people were disappointed that there is no sticker. I know I'm not using those stickers anymore, but still it's good to have a sticker. The braided cable, which is a good thing. Again, this is for silver, so the color of the braided cable is also a little bit of a silver coating. I think it is also kind of white, and of course the brick, charger brick. So let's keep this guy aside. As soon as I pick this iPad, I feel it's so light, and as they mentioned, the most thinnest product ever made by Apple is iPad Pro. So certainly I can really feel that there is a huge difference between the previous model to this guy. This is so lightweight and so thin. Wow, I don't even feel like I'm holding 11-inch iPad, but yeah, this is absolutely awesome. I know that's why I was waiting for this iPad Pro. Glad that they also introduced with the M4 chip instead of going to M3 chip, which is another good bump. So let's unpack this guy. Okay, I went for the base model, so this is the regular OLED display. As you can see, it's so shiny. Before I turn this on, I also wanted to compare this with the previous iPad model. Okay, so I have a iPad, the previous iPad version that I have next to each other, and as you can see, you can't really find any major difference. Of course, it's the same size, but when you look at when I'm holding both iPad, I clearly see there is a huge difference in the weight. And now let's see the thin part. As you can see very clearly, this is so thin compared to the previous model. So if I can also compare this, yeah, it's so thin, and also the camera bump is now, it is almost what do you say, very little edge or very little bump compared to, as you can see, I hope you guys can see that. You see that the camera bump is very little compared to the previous one. Of course, the camera itself has a huge difference. So we have only one camera versus two cameras that was available in the previous model. I'm not sure whether that's a good thing, but anyway, no one majorly use this camera. I don't use it pretty much because I use my iPhone and I have my other cameras. But otherwise, overall, it is definitely a very great, and this time it says iPad Pro. The previous version, it doesn't say iPad. You see, if you can see, I know this is a dark gray version, so it says just iPad, versus this guy says iPad Pro. And this magnetic is so powerful, and meaning it's definitely stronger than the previous version. That's what I heard. Okay, let's turn this guy on and see. Okay. There you go. I have my previous model. Oh, the moment when I'm flipping this the model, I clearly see the weight is so different, meaning I can clearly see the difference in the weight. Oh wow, this, you can easily hold it in one hand and you can use this iPad probably for quite a number of hours without you feel any pain on your hand, because this is so lightweight. Versus this guy is little bit heavier than one, so you are already feeling the weight in your hand, especially after you lifted this guy, the new one. I'm gonna just quickly set it up, and I wanna see how it looks like without another. Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead with this. Let's take a look at the pencil. Yeah, the most important thing also, guys, make sure you update the software immediately. It doesn't come with the latest software, so just want to make sure that you guys update the software. So now let's see the pencil. I know the pencil is okay. So you have, as usual, some instructions, and then let's get to the pencil part. Okay, so let's compare the previous pencil I have. I know this is now no longer called Pencil Pro, because you can see, I'm not sure whether you guys can see it, it says Pencil Pro versus Pencil, just Pencil. But if you remove this text on this pencil, it almost similar from the previous one. And I know the newer one is have a matte finish, versus this one is a kind of a glossy finish. That is the only difference I can see. Otherwise, it looks one and the same. I'm pretty sure, I know that the functionality of a new Pencil Pro is definitely very different, and it has some new features. But otherwise, if you don't have this text on it, you can pretty much call both are the same pencil because they both look alike, same with the same size and everything. And you have a strong magnet, you see that it does connect to each other. Okay, anyway, I know that I don't use pencil much, but definitely it is so helpful, especially for any painting, drawing, or any of those styles of any of those functionality. Is definitely the pencil is going to be very handy. Otherwise, it is it's additional accessories, not necessarily to. It's not a mandatory. You don't need to buy Pencil Pro at all. You can still just simply use your iPad alone. Okay, now let's unbox the Magic Keyboard. Okay, so the Magic Keyboard, so it is little bit heavier. The problem with the Magic Keyboard is even the previous version is heavier, but definitely this one is much lighter than the previous one. But I am not a fan of the Magic Keyboard because even though it has some additional functionality, it is definitely a bit heavier than other keyboards that I've been using. I'm using a ZAG keyboard. I'm gonna show you that. I'm gonna compare that with this Magic Keyboard. But let's take a look at this guy, because for almost $300, it's a pricey one. So I'm definitely don't want to use the Magic Keyboard, but this might be a newer version. I know they have introduced the function keyboard, meaning the function row, which is going to be very useful, especially I do a little bit of programming, and you see that the function row is going to be very helpful with the escape button, which is the most important functionality that a lot of people were waiting. So with that, it is definitely going to be very helpful. So let's put this guy, there you go. So while the software is updating, I know the Magic Keyboard is definitely look better. I like it is definitely not heavier than it is definitely not as heavy as it was the previous version, but I'm still the trackpad is okay, but I don't feel like it's the Magic trackpad that we have with the MacBook, right? Meaning any MacBook Pro, that Magic trackpad is the best one. But this one it is definitely bigger than the previous Magic Keyboard. The trackpad is definitely bigger than the previous one. But yeah, this is the one advantage of using the Magic Keyboard versus any third-party keyboard, because those third-party keyboard trackpad are not good at all. So now let me show you my other keyboard that I've been using. Let's keep this guy away. So this is my ZAG keyboard. I know it doesn't have the trackpad. I don't need a trackpad because this is not a traditional laptop where you need to, because you can use your hand gesture, and because it's a touch screen, so you certainly don't need a trackpad because this is not treated like a laptop, right? So that's why I'm fine without a trackpad, as long as my keyboard is having a basic functionality and it is working fine. At the same time, not spending $200+. So the ZAG keyboard that I've been using is it's cost around $85 or $90. I just picked up this one 6 months ago from Walmart, and I also had a previous version. This has been one of the best keyboard, and you can see that it's not a heavyweight as well compared to the Magic Keyboard. the Magic Keyboard was pretty heavy, and versus this one is not. And also it has a strong magnetic one. If you see that, you can have multiple sliding multiple positions, so you can keep it in this position and as well as this position. So let me slide my old iPad. Okay, now I have a new iPad with the Magic Keyboard. I have old iPad with my Zag keyboard. The one good thing about the Zag keyboard is this has a hard shell, so you can put the case for the keyboard, meaning the iPad, and you can carry it with you separately. So okay, I was able to set up the iPad. Now I see that both iPad is set and with my same ID, so I have the same app on across this one. So let's test the keyboard part before we check the display version. From my quick testing, I don't see major difference from my naked eyes on the display, but absolutely there will be more difference, especially when you take it outside in the daylight. The OLED display is going to be very huge difference compared to the LED display from the previous model. Compared to the keyboard, I know I like the keyboard. Of course, it is Apple keyboard, so it is going to be definitely very good. And if you can see that, I can easily navigate similarly with my Zag keyboard. So why would I need to spend $250+ to get this one? I know it has trackpad. Other than the trackpad, almost every other functionality still exists on my Zag keyboard. Again, this is the old previous model keyboard, and I'm pretty sure Zag is gonna probably release a new one for iPad 2024 version. Yeah, I know the one thing that the Zag keyboard is, sometimes you will see the Bluetooth disconnection or stuff like that. So sometimes there may be a lag, but I rarely see that. Whereas in Magic keyboard, it doesn't use the Bluetooth functionality, so it basically attached to the dock station, something like a dock, because if you see here, it has this 3-pin. So the 3-pin back of this is basically connecting the keyboard, which is why you can also charge this using this USB-C port. So if you want to charge both your Magic keyboard and also your iPad, you can just charge through this USB-C, whereas you can also use the traditional USB-C on your iPad to connect to any Thunderbolt devices like external storage, so that you have a multi-functionality. That is definitely one advantage of using Magic keyboard. So both are at the 100% brightness, and definitely this is much brighter because it's a OLED. And I know I also have the screen protection going on, so maybe that may be reason it is not as bright as supposed to be, but nevertheless it is OLED display, so there is no comparison between OLED to the mini LED from the previous version. Now let's test the pencil part. I know I have two pencil, right? So I'm just for the sake of checking the old pencil and want to see whether this works now. You see that I can't use the old pencil on my new iPad Pro, versus here I can use it, right? Now let's put this guy versus this one. Okay, so my the Pencil Pro is now connected and it works fine with my new iPad. And but whereas this one, you can't use this guy, the previous pencil, as you have seen. So you can use the previous pencil on the previous one, versus the new pencil is a Pencil Pro. So this only works on the iPad Pro series, not even iPad Air. So if you wanted to use a pencil, then you need to buy the regular pencil, not the Pencil Pro. The pencil is definitely one of the best. If you are really an artist, and if you have a specific app that can use the pencil, especially if you want to write, if you want to take notes like a student, if you want to write down, if you want to really feel like you are writing on a notebook, yes, then the pencil is definitely very, very helpful. It's definitely worth spending that money. I'm gonna spend some more time on playing around with my new iPad, with the Magic Pro, and also with the pencil, and then I'm gonna share my full review. Hope you guys like this video, and please subscribe to my channel, and I'm gonna share more videos on iPad Pro and more gadget review coming up.